Welcome to Watching Nonsense Unfold, where I talk about what I've been watching lately, good, bad, or just baffling. And more importantly, did I actually enjoy watching it? What nonsense is this? I've just finished the last 2 episodes of the Alien Earth TV series, and I'm left completely conflicted. Not because it lacks effort, it clearly doesn't, but because so much of what works visually is undermined by what doesn't work on the page. Let's start with what the show gets right. Visually, it looks excellent. It looks stunning. The transport ship, in particular, feels genuinely authentic, industrial, functional, and very much lived in. In places, it's very much in the spirit of the original Nostromo. The wider world building is also very strong. This feels like the Alien universe. The aesthetic, the scale, the grime, the dirtiness, all of that is on point. Fortunately, strong aesthetics can only take you so far, because once the story starts moving, the cracks, and these cracks are very big, begin to show, and they're hard to ignore. The biggest issue for me are the characters. These are people who are experts in their field, who supposedly captured these creatures in the first place, yet they now behave as if they've never encountered danger before. Their decisions are reactive, illogical, and often completely at odds with the situation they're in. Making several of the central characters younger doesn't excuse this. It actually highlights it in a very bad way. Fear is compelling when capable people are pushed beyond their limits. Ellen Ripley in Alien, and in the sequel Aliens, is a good example. It's far less engaging when poor decisions exist purely to move the plot forward. The plot struggles to maintain internal logic. Rules are introduced, quietly ignored, and occasionally contradicted. Stakes rise and fall depending on what the episode needs rather than what the story has earned. There's very little sense of escalation. Instead of mounting tension, the series relies on repetition and lots of noise. Dialogue is another weak point. Characters frequently explain what they're feeling rather than letting behaviour and circumstance do the work. Conversations exist to service the plot, not to reveal character. In the original Alien, silence was often the most powerful tool. Here, almost everything is explained, and that robs the series of any tension. If there's a consistently strong presence, it's Timothy Olyphant. He brings restraint, credibility, and authority to every scene he's in, which makes it all the more frustrating that he's so underused. It feels like the show had a genuinely strong anchor and chose to completely ignore it and not bothering to rely on it. Ultimately, this series feels like a case of priorities being reversed. The world looks right, it looks fantastic. The atmosphere is carefully constructed, but the writing doesn't support it. Set pieces come first, logic comes later, if at all. This isn't a failure of effort, it's a failure of structure. My final verdict, if you're here purely for visuals and atmosphere, to some extent, there is something to appreciate. But if you care about character logic, believable decision making, and tension built through intelligence rather than noise, this series is deeply frustrating, especially given how good it could have been. And yes, bizarrely, a second season has already been greenlit. This has been Watching Nonsense Unfold. Sometimes it really is nonsense, and sometimes it's just disappointing. Anyway, that's what I thought. I'll be back with whatever I end up watching next. Thanks for listening.